Good morning, students. I'm sure all of you are enjoying your summer holidays, and in this season, we just love to play in water, isn't it? So, today we are going to read Little Girls Are Wiser, in which these girls are also playing in water. So, it is written by Leo Tolstoy, who was a Russian writer and is regarded as one of the greatest authors of all time. He also became well known as moral and religious teacher. His ideas about resisting evil in non-violent ways are said to have inspired Mahatma Gandhi. So nice, no? Come, students, let's start the reading. It was Easter and snow still lay in the yards. Now, do you know what is Easter? Jesus was crucified, and on the third day he rose from the dead. And this day is celebrated as Easter. So let's continue. Water from the melting snow ran in the streams down the village streets. Two little girls from different houses happened to meet in a lane between two homes, where the dirty water from the farms had run down the lane to form a large puddle. One girl was very small, the other a little bigger. Their mothers had dressed them both in new frocks. The little one wore a blue frock and the other a yellow print. They had just come from church when they met. First, they showed each other their finery and then they began to play. Soon they began to splash about in water. The smaller one was going to step into the puddle, shoes and all, when the eldest girl said, "Don't go in, Malasha. Your mother will scold you. I will take off my shoes and stockings, and you take off yours." They did so, and then, picking up their skirts, began walking towards each other through the puddle. The water came up to Malasha's ankles, and she said, "It is deep, Akulya. I am afraid." "Come on," replied Akulya. "Don't be afraid. It won't get any deeper." When they got near one another, Akulya said, "Mind, Malasha, don't splash. Walk carefully." She had hardly said this when Malasha put her foot down so hard that the water splashed right onto Akulya's frock. The frock was splashed, and so were Akulya's eyes and nose. When she saw the stain on her frock, she was angry and ran after Malasha to strike her. Malasha was frightened, and seeing that she had got herself into trouble, she scrambled out of the puddle and prepared to run home. Just then, Akulya's mother happened to be passing and saw that her daughter's skirt was splashed and that her sleeves were dirty. She said, "You naughty, dirty girl, what have you been doing?" "Malasha did it on purpose," replied the girl. At this, Akulya's mother grabbed Malasha and struck her on the back of her neck. Malasha began to howl so that she could be heard all down the street. Her mother came out. "What are you beating my girl for?" she said, and began scolding her neighbor. One word led to another, and they had an angry quarrel. The men came out, and the crowd collected in the street. Everyone was shouting, but no one was listening. They all went on quarreling till one gave another a push and the affair very nearly came to blows. It was then that Akulya's grandmother, stepping in amongst them, tried to calm them. What are you thinking of, friends? Is it right to behave like this? On a day like this, too? It is a time for rejoicing and not for such foolishness as this. But they would not listen to the old woman and nearly knocked her off her feet. And she would not have been able to quiet the crowd if it had not been for Akulya and Malasha themselves. While the adults were arguing, Akulya had wiped the mud off her frock and gone back to the puddle. She took a stone and began scraping away at the earth in front of the puddle. She wanted to make a channel through which the water could run out into the street. Soon Malasha joined her and helped her dig the channel with a small wooden stick. Just as the crowd began to fight again, the water from the little girl's channel ran down into the street towards the very place where the old woman was trying to pacify the crowd. The girls followed it, one running on each side of the little stream. Catch it, Malasha, catch it, shouted Kulia, while Malasha could not speak for laughing. The little girls ran in great delight, trying to catch hold of the stick that was floating down the stream. They ran straight into the group of grown ups, and the old woman, seeing them, said to the crowd, "Are you not ashamed of yourself to go on fighting on account of these lassies when they themselves have forgotten all about it and are playing happily together? Dear little souls, they are wiser than you." The men and women looked at the little girls and were ashamed. Then, laughing at themselves, they went back to their own homes. So, students, here the author tries to throw light on the innocence and purity of heart of small children. Practically, he wants everyone to practice the value of forgiveness. He gives the example of Jesus Christ, who, while dying on the cross, forgave the soldiers who nailed him to the cross. But what are we people doing? Fighting, quarreling, and getting physical with each other. Yes, children, we need to grow, but not our ego. The innocent, pure child in you should be always kept alive. All of you will remember the value we just learned, forgiving each other. Okay? Now it's time to do the book exercise. All of you hurry up and attempt the exercises and check your answers with me. All of you start doing. Hurry up. So, students, all of you have completed all your book exercises. Now, practice reading loudly and study daily with me. I'm just a click away from you. And in this video, I took you to many beautiful places in Kashmir. I hope you enjoyed studying with me. So, hop in. We will go to many more beautiful places. Till then, love you. Bye.